Boxing King Media in association with Boxro. Frank Smith, Frank, how you doing, mate? I was just thinking, I think I've interviewed you more than I've interviewed Eddie Hearn.
Lucky you. Well, I don't know, it depends. You probably won't get as many views out of me, but you know, I feel like I'm great banter.
I'm not always about the views, mate. I like to just let the fans know what's happening, and sometimes it's good to get through to you. It's like getting through the back door. So let's talk about it this week. Buatsi Richards, another big fight where Matchroom are promoting both guys. So another awkward situation, main event. Talk to me, man. How do you think it's going to play out?
I think it's a great fight. You know, I think we saw, you know, Buatsi's obviously had a great career to date. You know, both amateurs and pro. He's been built up a lot. Craig maybe feels like he hasn't had that same build that Josh has had. You know, Josh obviously coming through the Olympics, and Craig, you know, he's gone in there, he's taken risks. He went in there against Bivol when a lot of people didn't want to do that. Showed, you know, the level he's at. And even in his comeback fight, he had a great performance there as well. So I think it's a really exciting fight, and they've been trying to make this happen for a long, long time. So I'm glad we got it over the line.
You know, you said you were trying to make it for a long, long time. What were the main reason for not happening, you know, previously?
No, look, I think it's actually made sense for it to build up, you know, for both guys. And I think, you know, you say about like Matchroom promoting both the fighters. I think we ultimately want to give the best opportunities and the best fights. And this is a big fight. And the winner's going to go on from here to some big opportunities. But you know, the loser as well is going to have many, many big fights to come as well.
You know, one of the things fans have been pointing out, and obviously I think it's been mentioned by Craig as well, that Buatsi's reluctance to do media work. Has that been an issue for you guys, obviously trying to build his career? You know, if you compare him to the other Olympians that came from the same era, obviously some have moved on a bit quicker, and it just seems like he's kind of not been in the limelight.
I think it's always a bit more difficult when they're not in the country, when someone's training outside the UK, to build them in the local market, because you haven't got access to them as much as you would if they were here. So yeah, that is a little bit more difficult, but it's part and parcel. You know, he's chosen to go and train with Virgil Hunter in the US, and that's what's furthered his career. So there's a balance between the two. You know, it would be great if he was on the doorstep and we could use him every day, but that's not necessarily the way it works all the time. But you know, I think we've had a good build up. I think we had a lot of great content in the lead up to this, and we're going to have a good week. You know, a good fight week kicking off today as well.
And with regards to, I hate using the word picking sides, and obviously with the Canelo and Bivol build-up, Eddie was quite blatant about it, saying, you know, we're Team Canelo. How does it work in this fight? You're going to have to be careful how you word this.
I think, you know, we worked with Bivol for a long, long time. You know, we've been 5-6 years with him. We've obviously had a great relationship with Canelo now for 2 or 3 years in terms of promoting his fights. Eddie's got a close relationship with Canelo. I'm probably a bit closer with Bivol on the team, so I picked the winning side on that one. But you know, I think, like I say, ultimately we want to deliver the best opportunities, and the Buatsi Richards fight was the best fight out there to be made. And you know, we want. Our job stops when they get in the ring. We can't do anything about that. So, you know, we'll get them there. We'll do everything fairly for both guys and make sure everyone's looked after. But at that point, it's all down to them. And, you know, that's why you always see we're maybe a bit quiet on those nights, because you've got a relationship with both of them and you represent both of them. So you have to do things the right way. So, you know, I don't think it's awkward. I think we're used to it now. We've done it enough times.
Yeah, fans on Twitter do love picking up on that. With regards to the Bivol scenario, I saw a video. Did he say something to you post-fight, or did he make a comment about, you know, sorry for letting you down, or sorry for messing your plans? Or did he say something to you direct in the corner?
No, he didn't say sorry for messing my plans. He said to Eddie, sorry for messing your plans with Golovkin. He said to me, why are you not smiling? You're my promoter. But I said to him, if it was the other way round, I'd be exactly the same. So if Canelo would have beaten Bivol, and I'm quite, watch me at fights, I sit there, I'm more interested in making sure everything's going right. It's very rare I get caught up in the emotion of things. You know, maybe 1 or 2 fights in the 13 years I've been doing it, and that's because I just think, like, I like to make it good for everyone. Even when we've got opponents that we don't even represent, I like to make everyone feel happy, because ultimately you want them to work for you, you want them to work with you, and make sure everyone's delivering. And the only way you do that is by making it, I think, a fair process. And maybe it doesn't happen enough in boxing. So, you know, like, you speak to any opponents we've worked with, whether it was the Klitschko's, whether it was Usyk, whether, you know, all through the years, you know, we've always been very fair with each side, and I try not to show too much emotion.
And just on that point as well, so when he said to you, why you're not smiling, how did you feel about that? And was it awkward, obviously, all them eyes watching? And because I saw the look on your face, and I was like thinking, shit, you must be thinking, now's not the right time to say this.
No, but I was really happy for Dimitri as well. Like I said, I've known him for 5-6 years, and you build up a relationship with people. So I was really happy. But at the same time, you don't want to be jumping up and down, because then the other person who you've worked with on a lot of fights as well would be like, well, they did, you know. So, like, it doesn't take away from. I'll go and have a picture with him afterwards, because it's an amazing accomplishment, and I'm happy for what he's done. So no, for me, it was just. Maybe I should have been in the corner jumping up and down. And Eddie, if we would have made a real thing out of it, you could have had Eddie on that corner, me in that corner, and we could have properly gone at it. But no, it's all good.
It's all drama, and people like talking about it. So on the card we've got Alan Babic. I understand, is he going to go down the bridgeweight? I forgot what he was called now. Bridgeweight route.
Yeah, he's fighting for the WBC Silver Bridgeweight title this weekend against Adam Bowski. It's a great fight. Babic always delivers entertainment. We saw it in his last fight, and I don't think Saturday will be any different. So yeah, bridgeweight for him, and let's see how he gets on.
Robbie Davies Jr. in another tough fight. If he comes through that, I've heard a rumour that Montana Love and Robbie Davies could be matched up. Is that something you're looking at? Yeah,
that's a good fight. Montana Love obviously just got the win on our show in Vegas. Probably not the best performance we've seen from him, but key was getting the win, and I think that's a great fight, the Robbie Davies fight against him. I'd really be up for that one.
And the two ladies, Chantel, Ellie Scottney, in kind of keep busy and like tough opponents for them as well. What's the next plans for them?
Yeah, look, Chantel's obviously been out for a while. It's been a shame, because we obviously put that tournament together, to crown the undisputed champion. Callie Reese has been unwell and unavailable, so there was a bit of time where we waited a few months to see how that played out. I'm glad she's back out again, because it has been 7 months since her last fight. So the focus is now keep her active, keep her busy. Hopefully, and it's all subject to Callie Reese's health, that's the key thing, we can try and make that fight happen. If not, there's other fights out there, it could be the Jessica McCaskill fight would be a good fight, moving up maybe for that fight. I think Chantel's up for anything. She doesn't want just easy fights, she wants to go and show what she can do in the sport. So that's the aim for her. Ellie Scottney, again, she's only 4 fights in. I think it's a good test for her on Saturday night. We obviously saw Roman fight against Ebony Bridges recently. She's back out. She's a very experienced fighter, and I think Ebony's looking in great shape. She had that fight in February, which was close. It was a close fight, but she's moving quickly. A bit like Sandy Ryan. They want to move quickly and they want to develop quickly. So they're taking probably more risky fights than they would have done in the past. So for Ellie, I think this is the build-up for a possible world title shot after this.
Cheers, Frank. Last question. Obviously, you guys published the zone numbers recently. How much does that mean to you guys as a company? Because obviously, I'm sure you read the tweets. People are always questioning what numbers you guys are getting. 1.5 million and 600 plus K Canelo buys. That's a serious statement.
Yeah, look, the numbers are really strong. The zone don't tend to talk about numbers too much. They've built a great business, and we're in a really strong place, and I'm happy about it. It's not like, for us, it's not all about shouting about the numbers. They were great numbers, but we've got to move on to the next ones now and keep delivering. But things are in a great place, and it's good for the sport of boxing, because ultimately we want all of these platforms to succeed, because it's good for the sport. And the more investment in boxing, the better it is for the fighters and everyone involved. So good place though.
Frank, thank you for your time. Anything else you want to add?
Not yet. If I think of anything, I'll let you know.
Cheers. I'll speak to you tomorrow.
Cheers, mate.